I don't.
Hey, baby girl, what's cracking, y'all? What's going down out there, man? Truth seeker land of America. What's going on, folks? Hope everybody's well tonight. As always, man. Saturday night, September 14th, just hanging out here in the big house. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm here and trying to make that change. Trying to make that change to get home, man. Trying to get home. But yeah, we're just hanging out with baby girl and the dog. It's the dog's birthday today, man. He's getting to be an old man like me.
My puppy's birthday, yeah. Yeah, he had a rough day before his birthday too. He's not doing so good today, so we're just letting him chill.
I know. He hurt his leg, man. Hurt his leg. So but he'll be all right. He'll bounce back.
Yeah, but you know, old guys, they don't bounce back. They kind of crawl back.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, I mean, he's like 3,000 years old in people years or dog years, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some people in our chat already. Allison says, "Hi guys." Hey, Allison, we're so happy to see you.
Hey, Allison. Hope you're well. Thank you for your work.
Sonny's
for all your hard work.
Yep.
Sonny,
you encourage us so much. Sonny's in the house. She says hi.
Sonny, what's up, old girl?
How you doing, girl? And
that's right.
Outlaw News. Truth Seekers of America meeting. Today's guest speaker is Two Scoops. That's right.
Get on it, old boy. Get on, Outlaw. All my love and respect to you as always, my friend. Allison, you're godsend, girl. I'm telling you, man. I appreciate it. I haven't even met you, but I feel like I have, because my wife has known you a while, man. You guys work really well together as far as, I mean, the prison advocate stuff you guys do for us and myself and everybody. My goodness, man. It's amazing. I wish more people were like you guys in the world. Outlaw too. Everybody, man. Just if the world had more people like you guys dedicated to the truth and dedicated to helping the less fortunate or helping the ones that are getting stepped on, like myself, it'd be a better place, man. That's from the heart right there, everybody. I truly mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel. We were just talking about it earlier, how, this just seems like the thing I really feel driven to do is fight this battle. It's insane.
Right.
How I don't really feel like I have a choice anymore. This is it.
And your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and all right, whatever, I see all kinds of crazy stuff out there. I know the truth. I know the truth seekers know the truth. And everyone, not everyone, because you guys aren't, but everyone else is lying, and they're lying about the stupidest stuff.
Yeah.
The dumbest stuff.
They're lying, man.
Like,
They're lying.
Kamala bragging about being able to ruin a man's life with a swipe of a pen, man. That just resonates so loud in my conscience. And the way she said it, like it was no big deal and kind of fun. Frightening. That's just frightening. And there's a lot of people out there that have that kind of desire to be greedy.
Yeah. When she said that, I mean, everything I've said on the other videos about the prosecutor in my case, I mean, it just rang true. It rang true, and that was it. I mean, it's like the prosecutors, they're always going to prosecute bad people. I mean, people that get busted for crimes, you get in trouble, go do time, whatever. But by the court and the justice system, they deserve honest, fair shake in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Not no below subpar defense or not no prosecutorial trickery, not no misconduct, but real fucking defense that is vehemently put forward. You know, I mean, very fucking, just not some low quality defense, team or attorney.
But more than that, honey, the way the prosecutor will pile stuff on, like will be charged with something, maybe you're out in traffic and you're doing something stupid, and then it's like, well, then they just pile on a bunch of stuff and hoping, they can just get a bigger conviction. I have a teeny tiny little history brush with the law, but it was like, wandering around at night after dark and maybe a little bit high, get taken in, and next thing you know, they're trying to charge me with burglary because, I was walking in a residential neighborhood. It's like, wow.
Like what? Yeah, like how'd that happen?
Right.
How do you go from just walking in a neighborhood to burglarizing a domain or anything? It's, like when she said that on that little tape recording, it just like it validated everything I've been saying. Everything, man, everything. And she's running to be the president. It's like, what? Wait a minute, man. So you're trying to get another crook in the White House, basically. But imagine that's just one prosecutor out of hundreds of thousands of them, probably. Or thousands at least. I would say thousands. But it is like I said, man. If you're going to convict me with above board, honest evidence, not purely circumstance.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like what they'll do is they create theories. This is their theory of the case, right? And then, it's all a theory. There's no evidence. There might be a crime, evidence of a crime that something happened, but there's so many damaging things against their case, they'll hide it. Like, so it's just like, again, Alex Baldwin case. She hid exculpatory evidence. That exculpatory means that could be in favor of the defendant, in favor of, not against. So she hid it. She hid it. It's like, okay, like in the RICO case trial, when the DEA agent, Brian Neary, sent an email to the prosecution saying, I want to take Ronnie down so bad my teeth hurt. Okay, now, they had 5 years to give this to us, right? Because it's part of our case. 5 years. Anything about the case, anything on the case, anything that could be on the case, anything that was even around the case, we were supposed to get, right? So, in the middle of the jury trial, they turn over this email. In the middle of jury trial, they turn that email over. But they've had 5 years to do that. So you see that type of move? It's like,
well, I think
they say, oh,
if they gave that up, though, they might not have had a case at all.
Well, wait a minute. In the middle of jury trial, so they've had 5 years to give this. But in the middle of the trial, they give it up. And it's like, this is damaging. This is, like you said, yeah, right? Yeah, you're right. It's so damaging that they probably wouldn't have had the case if they would have gave it up 5 years ago. Because, it proves vindictive prosecution.
Right.
But to do it in the middle of a jury fucking trial, and then they say, oh, by law, we can do this. Well, then how's that a fair justice system? Right? How's that fair?
By
How's
law
that fair?
meaning what? That there's a law and they did it?
Well, yes, there's called evidence. The rules of evidence. The rules of evidence, they say they can do that. I asked my lawyers, why did they do that in the middle of trial? Oh, the rules of evidence. What? What the fuck do you mean? That's illegal? And they say, yep, that's legal. That is a legal move, a maneuver by a prosecutor. That is fucking disgusting.
So they're giving up evidence against them, like after they've already piled a bunch of evidence against the defendant. So it's like,
yeah, right.
It doesn't make sense. Right. I mean, wouldn't that be part of a discovery? Is it the discovery come?
Absolutely. But that was like the last piece of discovery. But that was like the last piece of discovery that they turned over to the defense team. And you know, it is, yeah, it's discovery, but there is rules of discovery, rules of evidence, you know, whatever codes they will quote, but it's just like we should have had that 5 years ago, you know. I mean, come on now, that's a bullshit move that they say is a legal maneuver. That's not a fair justice system. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, baby girl. Absolutely not. But you got to imagine, that's just one part of it. That's just one tiny document out of hundreds of thousands of documents, and a lot of them come from CDCR, which we've already proven.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
We've already proven CDCR and their documents and their fucking reports and their bullshit is fucking fabricated and it's fake.
Well, that's the next. The next trial, the next hearing, right? Anyways, how's everybody doing? We just jump right off into it, don't we? I hope you're all doing well. We got a new face, Angel Hall. Hi, Angel. Yeah, I guess you figured out quickly that we're on topic, severely on topic. We have a responsibility and a duty here to bring the truth out. All right, he's back.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say a few things here. First of all, yeah, like on the short video yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, where I'll tell you this: the snitch tubers and the rat tubers are out in full force. Everybody, they're out in full force. And so I must be doing my job. I must be doing the right thing if they're all pissed off at me and the cops are pissed off and the administration is pissed off and CDC headquarters are pissed off and the rats are talking shit about me again. Excellent. I'm doing an excellent job. I fucking dig it. I really dig it. And today I got to talk to my buddy Ronnie face to face. And he sends his to everybody that sent him well wishes. And, you know, he's doing good. He's getting healed up. And, they did give him a 115. They bogusly gave him 115 for disobeying a direct order not to drop a sweatshirt. Not to drop it. Well, bottom line is, the first cop that was standing there told him he could. And and then the guy on the 115 said he gently put him down on the ground. but the video shows different. So it's concocted to cover his ass, and it's going to be, they're going to get fucked over in the long run in the courts and everywhere else. So, but yeah, he said, tell everybody thank you for the well wishes, and he's doing good, and he's healing up, and that one thing I didn't know was when they sent him outside code 3 because his ear, he was bleeding from his ear. So if that doesn't tell you how hard that slam job was, I don't know. You know, broken back, broken jaw,
what's a code?
busted eardrum, bleeding from the
What's code 3?
from the ear.
What's code 3?
Code 3 is life-threatening, a life-threatening situation, a medical issue. Code 3, life-threatening. Ambulance on, sirens on, closest trauma center right here in the town of Folsom or SAC, whatever, and that's what code 3 is. So, dropping a sweatshirt, that's what happens. That's what this punk-ass bitch did to my friend. And then they got the balls to write Ronnie a 115 for dropping a sweatshirt. You know, but yeah, and it doesn't say he attempted to harm the cop, or the cop did not say that. He didn't he didn't show aggression to the cop. He didn't take any hostility towards the cop or anything. Cop didn't put none of that on there, because if they knew, if he did, and if he would have done that on his body cam, in the tier camera and the other body cams, it would have been obvious concoction and fucking falsified the documents. Yeah, he disobeyed. Well, he didn't disobey nothing really, because he dropped the sweatshirt off as the first cop told him he could. So, he's gonna fight that, and they're in deep shit. And these old snitch tubers, now check this out, Outlaw and everybody else, these old snitch tubers are trying to provoke us into taking an action, or they think they can fucking, like, they matter. They think like they can voice their opinion or whatever, and like, we give a fuck about them. Like, to us, they're child molesters. To us, they're child molesters, right? That would be like you guys anybody taking the word of a child molester or the opinion of a child molester. So it's just fucking insane that they think they can actually provoke a decision or actions from us on any level, and then they want to criticize because we're going to take it to the courts. You know what I'm saying? It's like bizarre as fuck. But hey, I know it's IGI, and I know it's OCS gangs, the gang unit for CDCR. They're just trying to antagonize, trying to poke the bear. It's like they want to try to create a war where there ain't one, right?
Right.
But they want one. They want to provoke that. And that's the bizarre thing, that these snitch tubers would think, oh, I can say this, or IGI has them saying this and saying that, reading their scripts again, right? And we're honestly going to listen and make a decision with it.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
We're going to be provoked by some turd stain in a child molester's boxers. It's insane. But yeah, man, a real yellow-bellied coward who fled the state because he's such a coward, punk motherfucker. He fled the state. Really believes he can provoke a real man who stands with his chin to the sun and his chest held high with honor.
Oh, it was like he was kind of being greedy with this fucking egging him on and challenging it all, like literally calling him out for a fight on behalf of CDCR.
Yeah. And goad us into actions. That's insane. To try to even egg it on or do anything and think that men of honor with integrity and morals fully intact are gonna make a decision and let some lame, some turd stain in the child molesters boxers goad a motherfucker into an action. That's how bizarre they are. That is how bizarre they are, folks. And then, motherfucker disrespects a person for getting slammed to the ground while he's in handcuffs. That tells you guys the mindset of these snitch tubers. And if it doesn't, then you're on the wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel. Go listen to them people. Because I don't know what else to tell you about them people other than that. That's how that's CDCR's new sock puppet. That's their new sock puppets right there. To try to goad and to try to slander real men with integrity who don't flop because of a little twist or turn on the yard they got to go face or whatever political trip they got going. They don't flop. They hold their fucking chest high and their chin to the sun, and they stand with honor. But yet they're gonna CDCR is gonna go to the little fuck boy and have some lame fucking make an announcement, a public announcement or some shit. That's fucking nuts, folks.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I'm done with that. Let me move on. I wanted to address that.
Ken says hi before you race into the next thing. We want to stay in with our people on the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken, what's up, homeboy? I sent mine, bro. I sent mine to you, homeboy. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know, motherfucker trying to egg a motherfucker to do something. A real yellow-bellied coward who fled the state because he was that scared. He fled the state. Then I guess he claims, someone else said he was claiming that he accepts his fate. He accepts his fate, but he ran from the state. Imagine it. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. He's such a coward. He accepts his fate, but yet he ran from the state.
You're funny. You're funny.
I know, man. I crack myself up sometimes, folks. I ain't gonna lie. Time will do that to you when you're stuck in a fucking box, man. You can't laugh at yourself. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, so, baby girl, we got any questions before I move on from that?
We got some comments in here. We got some feedback on what you just shared. Ken says he's going to get that dude's paperwork. He says that dude's a punk.
Hey,
he said what it said, and he is where he is. If he has an issue with it, check the chat.
Well, yeah, check the chat. Well, anyway, hang on, babe. Let me comment on Ken. Let me tell Ken something real quick before you move on. Yeah, put that in your pipe. Hey, sometimes we get a little feisty, folks, but it's all right, man. We are a true married couple in every sense of the word, but I ain't there physically. I'm there mentally, spiritually, psychologically, and all the other leads other than physically. But that's going to come sooner or later. I'm going to make it happen. So, but hey, Ken, you know what, bro? To be honest with you, homeboy, you ain't got to trip with that dude's paperwork. That dude is a shit stain in the boxers of a child molester. It don't even matter, bro. Serious business. Serious business. So, I went in through, I pointed it out to you because I wanted you to check it out because it's like, man, the audacity this little punk has. But, yeah, it don't even matter. It don't matter. It don't matter enough to go doing no homework on the dude, I'll tell you that. Because he admits he's a shit stain, and he admits he's a yellow-bellied coward, and he fled the state. That tells you what type of motherfucker we're dealing with. You know, he's the type of dude that had to go beat up on that old lady who's 90 years old, knock her out, and rub on her.
Stop already! My
out.
God! Oh, reel it in. Reel it in. We know how
That's
we
the
feel
type
about
of dude
this.
he is.
Oh my God! Listen,
That's the type of dude he is.
I know, but you know, let's not make impressions that stick.
Why not?
Because I like to have my mind clear of all that crap. Come on. Outlaw says, so allegedly you boogeyman use other prisoners to commit violence, yet now Jackoff is encouraging to use others. Hypocrisy. That's what they are. Hypocrisy is their god, and virtue signaling is their drug.
That's right, baby girl. That's right. Hey, so, check this one out. Fucking, you know, I've been telling you guys how they got us all separated here. They got us all separated. There's 8 wings, 4 on one side of the block, 4 on the other. Imagine 8 wings. Right directly across from each other. Directly across from each other.
Back to back.
With the
2 and 2 and 2 and 2. Back to back.
Yeah. Right. And so imagine fucking, a hospital wing is back to back, like 4, like that, right? Well, they got, everybody in one wing. They got one guy here, one guy there. So we're all in.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Damn, let me call back.
Call back? Oh, well, I bet you never had a show host that had to check in every 15 minutes, huh? That's how it is, though. We call her Globalina, and we have no respect for her. But we're still, we're doing it. Hey, we got in here before I... Allison, absolutely. How do teeth come flying out gently? It's terrifying what they're trying to get away with. Because remember, prison's the microcosm, the rest of the world is the macrocosm. Just a little petri dish.
All right, I'm back.
For them to practice in. Okay, so we got Speedy from Missouri sending love and respect. And
all right, now Speedy, I see him on it.
Let's see. We got we're pretty caught up. I mean, there's.
All right. Well, let me get back to what I was saying. Was they got 8 wings, and in November of last year, this unit was labeled Restricted Housing Unit, RHU, for low-level mental health status, triple CMS. Okay, that's a policy. So they house us here, us GP, non-mental health, 1 per section here and there, but there's only 6 of us. And then 2 of the co-defendants live in the same pod. Well, they got the rest of us spread out one at a time, one in the other 5 sections. 4, yeah. And, they're always trying to not, let us get together on the yard or get, where we could talk and hang out on the yard and dog kennels, the dog cages. And they're always trying to stop us from talking and communicating and getting on the same page or trying to get on the same page, this, that, and the other. And they're always trying to put a kink in the fucking, a wrinkle in the fabric, right? Always. It's their game. Now, what is that for?
Obstruction of justice.
Well, that too, but this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep us all divided. They're trying to keep everybody divided and isolated so nobody can be united. That's why. And because they know when we unite the fight, we change their bogus ass policies, rules, and the law. We could change it like we did in the hunger strikes. Because everybody came across racial divides, the lines, any political differences, anything. We came across them divides, and we fucking made change of the system, and that's what they fear the most. So they have us all separated, and we got like fucking 20 cells between me and my friend Ronnie, and all 20, but maybe 2 or 3 aren't J-Cat, door kicker, booger eaters, shit slingers, but all the rest are. And this is what they house us with intentionally in violation of policy. Okay? In violation of their own written policies, their own rules. And then another one is keeping us in solitary confinement indefinitely, with no end in sight. Now, before it used to be called indeterminate shoot. You get an indeterminate shoot as soon as they validate you as a member or associate. So, but now it's done different with different wording. It's an indeterminate, non-disciplinary status, basically. And you're stuck in solitary confinement, on an indeterminate status. So they violate that by keeping us here this long in, I'd say, solitary confinement for nothing. We did nothing wrong. They keep us here. They don't give us equal stuff like mainliners get. I don't get to hug my wife, my family. I haven't had no human contact without cuss on in 9 years. So we don't get to participate in any food sales or anything, any positive programming, courses, classes, to prepare for parole board or anything like that when you're stuck in ADSEG. So these people just violate policy after policy after policy, and then one day will come up and say, that's a violation of policy. I can't do that, or you can't do that because that's our policy. So it's like, all they do is cherry pick policy, cherry pick the law, cherry pick the rules. It's whatever's good for them at that particular part of the argument, or spiel that they're trying to cover up. And, it's the first thing I throw at them when they say that, well, you're violating policy keeping me in ANSEG for nothing. You're violating policy for keeping me in the unit for mental health people. And they start backfilling, they start stuttering, they start saying, that's the warden, that's above my pay grade. Well, then go get him and bring him down here, and I'll talk to him to his face. But he don't ever come down here, he's such a coward, he won't come down here and talk to a motherfucker face to face unless we're on a hunger strike, but yeah. What other objective do they have from keeping everybody separate?
Torture.
Yeah.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But you know what they say, right? Ever since I was a kid, babe, growing in school, if me and you got something to talk about, why not talk it out, right?
Uh-huh.
Why not talk it out and try to figure it out and get on the same page. You know, they always say talk out your problems, right? If you got a problem, it ain't best for us to talk it out. But that's not what they want. They want there to be the problems that they create, the problems that they cultivate, the problems that they go around spreading because it fits their agenda.
Well, and also
it fits their agenda.
Also, they show a dehumanizing nature. They don't regard you as a person. They don't give you the rights as a person. They don't think of you as a person in their function. I don't know if their policy necessarily because they're not following it, but their function shows that they don't give a fuck about you as a human being.
Right. Every day, folks, every day we fight and argue to try to get out of a hole, get out of asset, get out of solitary confinement. Every day we fight to get out of here. Whether it be 602s or arguing about it or whatever. Every day we're trying to get up out of here. And all these people do is want to propagate bullshit through their speech tubers and keep us in the hole for nothing.
And their California model facade.
Right. California model facade. It's just fucking insane, man. And yet they're saying I'm the one that I'm a fucking criminal. How dare they call me a criminal? They're a bigger criminal than I could ever think of being. Right?
Right.
Yeah. It's just for years, for decades, this is why I do this. For decades, they fabricate and lie to the public. Fucking straight lie and fabricate to you guys out there so they can rob you blind on taxpayer dollars for decades. And then we used to use, this is no bullshit, folks, we used to write letters to California prison-focused newspapers. I don't see it that much anymore, but during the first 2 or 3 years, before the hunger strike and after, then when we got out of the shoe, it really kind of didn't have the same, they didn't write it, they didn't do it that much. It used to be a newspaper used to come out once every 4 months, 3 months. With articles written from prisoners about corruption or whatever law violations they're facing or whatever they're up against. It was just a newspaper that was really cool that people used to voice their opinions in, for prisoners. Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of advocates used to write in there, especially the people that were leading the hunger strike, a friend of mine, and a few of them. And then Bayview. The Bayview was another newspaper used to publish a lot of prisoners' grievances, a lot of prisoner, problems, or just, letting the world know, letting the country know what's going on behind these walls. So we had some outlets, right? Amnesty International, we wrote them. And, we had some outlets, but this YouTube channel right here, and, the social media platforms, Instagram and shit like that, them other places, have allowed us to use those the platforms now on the internet, social media internet, as we used to the old newspaper places, writing a letter to them and shit like that. And, so it's like we were talking about today, anybody got a problem with that is working for the cops. You got a problem for being exposed for your corruption, well, that's your own shit, man. And if you're a hypocrite and you spoke out on here before, well, you ain't got nothing to say to me or my friends. You might as well close your trap. And that's what I say, But them old newspapers where we used to use the feather dipped in ink back in the day, write them letters and send it to the newspapers as our platform, the voice of grievance or whatever, is now this channel. And this is the only channel that's coming straight at you guys from solitary confinement, man. And I'm not cutting no corners. I'm not talking no politics or anything I ain't supposed to. And I think this is a good thing for you guys to know, and everybody to know what exactly is going on. And the devil's in the details. The devil's in the details. I firmly believe it. And there's always why. It's like, why they do this? Why they do that? Well, this is why they do it here, and this is why they do it there, and this is their mindset on it. Again, they can't get shit past me. They can't get shit past me.
Honey.
So, before go on,
there's something I'd like to talk about. I didn't really talk to you about it much, but a friend of mine and I was looking through some stuff, and this pea protein that they serve you. I looked into that, and
okay.
First of all, there's a little video out by CDCR promoting this stuff, and so it's only been out a little over a year now. This is the fourth quarter of 2023. They're introducing it, but they did this whole thing, and they made it taste good, and they put all this seasoning in it, and they did little fancy things with it, and okay, so they're a big promo, right? Okay, well,
yeah.
I had to go and I had to look at prices because you know how I am, and I know what you're serving.
You had to look at what?
Prices. And I found
price, all right.
you told me that your friend who worked in the kitchen,
call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Who worked in the kitchen said that stuff came in 10-pound chubs, right?
Like a big log of 10 pounds, yeah.
Right, and I bet it was wet too, right? Like not dry.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So I was actually thinking it was even less expensive than it is even more expensive. Okay, so they're 10-pound tubs. They're selling 22.5-pound boxes. So they're charging for box weight. They got two 10-pound chubs in a box. $263. That's how much Calpia.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear you say for 20?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
For 20 pounds, $263?
Yes. And that's what Calpia is charging each institution. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Let me call back, man.
So don't worry, folks. I'll post the evidence. I'll put that up there. Unbelievable. And I look further into the meat. They're actually paying like way cheaper meat prices than the public gets. And these guys don't see meat. Oh, darn. Okay, well, one thing you will see is the products that they're selling. This is kind of mind-blowing. They have different assortments of meat or meat and soy, and I'm pretty much guessing real meat never makes it to Brant's building. Globalina getting snarky again. All right, you're back.
I'm back.
You are back.
All right, $260 for 20 pounds of bullshit that nobody eats is what you just told me, right?
Now let's
oh my God.
Let's go into that a little further. How you described it versus how they were promoting it in their little video. You tell me it's often rancid. You can't get past the smell. I'm going to assume there's no seasoning in it.
Right.
And it's been thinned out, watered down, so it's quote unquote gravy. And
Right. Damn near gravy, yeah.
and it sounds just absolutely hideous and disgusting. I'm sure they're not doing anything to season it or flavor it, but that it
No, it's
also
horrible.
costs like $15 a pound.
Right, twice as much as a. So if they gave us 20 pounds of beef, like
Mhm.
ground up beef,
Mhm.
you're talking about what, $50?
No, because they
You
get
know?
they get a better price.
Okay, maybe 30. Let's just highball it at 50, right? Let's just say 50. I mean,
Okay.
come on. Let's just say that 50 for 20 pounds
Right.
of beef.
Right.
But yet they're going to give us pea protein at $260 for 20 pounds.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Right.
And the kicker here, baby girl, the kicker here is nobody eats it. It goes in the garbage.
It goes straight into the garbage because they refuse to do
God,
anything
man.
creative with it.
God.
While you guys are starved. While you guys are starved.
Yeah, that's insane, baby girl. Yeah. You there?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking of an animation I saw that I'm gonna have to attach to this somehow.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It's just
Right,
the fat cats and pigs just plowing away and the dropping crumbs to the cats and the buildings decaying, but they just keep eating away.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my god.
Right. Right.
Great
That's
animation.
insane. That's foul shit. Yeah, that's some foul shit, man. But you know, I mean, it's what they do. It never makes sense in here. It just never makes sense to. You know, I mean, we would eat the pork. I mean, we would eat the ground beef. You know, real ground beef. We would eat that.
Right.
But I ain't eating no shit I can't identify.
Or
and I ain't eating no shit that's rancid. You know.
Right.
I ain't eating that shit. No. But yeah, man. That's. I'm glad you found that, baby girl. That's good shit, man. We'll put that up here. And you said that they put all types of spices. It's like, so they'll fluff it up for the fucking higher up people.
Right.
They'll make it look good.
Right.
They'll dress that thing up like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
But yet to us, that's not what we're getting.
No, that's the lipstick on the pig. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's the bait and switch. That's the bait and switch thing. Yep, that's the bait and switch.
Putting lipstick on a pig.
But yeah, it's fucking. It's garbage, man. It's garbage, you know. It really is. But yeah, I don't know, baby. It's just all the bilk, man. It's all the bilk to the public, man. It's just all to get money from y'all, man. And just lie about it. Lie about it and lie about it. I mean, you can only lie so much. I mean, goddamn. Well, I guess CDCR can lie more than so much, right?
Well, they can lie all they want, but we're calling them out. And I wish anybody and everybody who has a loved one who's going through something similar would also step up and call them out.
Right. Yeah. Yep. You know, like I was saying a minute ago, you would think they would want positive interactions between convicts, right? And you would think that they would promote talking out whatever issues or promoting positive interactions between people. But if you look at the building and you see all these JCAS shit slingers, and that's the last thing they want to do is promote positive interaction. You know, and that's the sick part about it. That's the fucked up part about it. You know, and while they're not promoting it, and they're fucking using their snitch tubers to lie for them, and to come out there and tell everybody a bunch of fucking smoke and mirrors. You know, and I'm telling you right now, I'm probably their most hated motherfucker that they've known. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. They would fucking love to put me under the prison. They would love to put me underneath the prison.
They better not. They better well not.
Get them, mama. That's right. Anybody got any questions, man? Shoot them. Outlaw 10 anyway. Alice, anyway. Shoot them. fucking, yeah, it's just a fucked up thing. I hate J-Cans, folks. You've probably seen this already. I can't stand these motherfuckers, man. God. And
well, it's only because it's not because of who they are. It's because they've been weaponized, right? I mean,
yeah, right. It's not because of who they are. Look, if they got a real mental problem and they need some real help, fine. Do what you got to do. But when you're hiding out because you're SNY, snitch, rat, weirdo, whatever, and you're using it to hide out, and then you're, I got a problem with that, and it's like, but, if you're not throwing no shit or nothing, and you're not kicking the door, and you're doing your time in your cell, I ain't got no problem with that. Do your thing. It's the ones that interfere with everybody else that are that the weapons they're weaponizing. It's those ones that, man, I just like, God damn, man, you wouldn't even be able to identify that guy if I was able, it's just like, fuck, I hate these son of a bitches because they'll keep you up for a week. They'll keep you up for a week straight. Have you ever been kept up for 7 days without any type of drugs or anything other than somebody kicking a fucking door and yelling and screaming? That shit's fucking pathetic, man.
Yeah, that would make anyone a little homicidal, you'd think. I mean, any rational person.
And then you gotta see the motherfucker every time it goes down the tier, and you stand on your door, please come open. Just make a mistake, please come open. Open. Like that commercial. You remember that commercial for one of the Payless stores? And that lady standing there, she's going, open. She can't wait to go in and go shopping. That's what people do here, trying to get these dickheads. Open. Oh, that's funny. I'm just like, God damn, I'm fed up with these motherfuckers, man. But, it's just the life. It's their life, man. It's how they want their system. Instead of a smooth functioning system, and then on top of it, they want to give a motherfucker some rancid ass pea protein that nobody even eats at $260 for 20 pounds of this shit, and they can spend probably like $50 and get some fucking real beef. That's the type of nonsense they make. Nonsense.
Right. While they're raising cattle on the grounds. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and while they're living in
grazing on the hills,
$2 million home, while they're living in $2 million home, got all the little toys and gadgets, got 4 or 5 nice trucks and nice Harley Davidsons and all types of other crap. As long as the taxes don't get cut, as long as the money don't get cut, the budget don't get cut for their paychecks, they're cool. That's how they do it, man. Mm-hmm. That's how they do it. So but, hey, sooner or later, I think it's going to come crashing down.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, honey. That's what we're trying to do. Got some last comments here.
That's what we're trying to do, folks.
Got some last comments in here.
Okay.
T Wood says, "What's up, bro?" And
all right, T Wood, I'll say mine.
Outlaw News says, "Do you have any good fishing tips for a fellow fisherman?"
Okay, I've never been fishing in the ocean. I've only fished freshwater. And if you're fishing for bass, bigmouth bass, they got these lures by Rapella called rattle traps. Try it, and I guarantee you, it won't disappoint you. A rattle trap by Rapella. Back in the days, they were like $4, right? And I'm telling you this, man. I used to go right here to Folsom Lake when I was a kid, and I'd come home with like 20 pounds of bigmouth bass. And they hate them things. They attack them lures because it irritates their senses. It looks like a little fish, and it's got like 20 BBs on the inside that rattle and shake through the water. And I've been in the water before, and it sends weird vibrations through the water. Well, the bass don't like it, and they'll attack it. and bam, you got it, fish on. But yeah, that's why I like fishing for big mouth bass in the Sacramento River for catfish and stripers. Yep. So other than that, man, I'm out of the loop on the up-to-date stuff part of fishing. Like, I've never been fishing the ocean, bro. I wish I had. But I don't like the ocean, man. I seen Jaws, oh boy, and I ain't getting in that ocean. There's shit in there that'll eat you. Right, baby girl?
Oh, yeah. Stay out of the bayou, because there's things that'll eat you in them waters, too.
Yeah. Well, Folsom Lake, man, these lakes ain't, I don't think they got nothing in it that big that's going to eat me. But, yeah, that's my thing. I like fishing for big mouth bass, man. Game, they call it game fish. But, yeah.
So Mike D chimed in and says they're like $10 now, but they still work just as good as they ever did. And Outlaw says,
Mike, yeah.
Good stuff, because he's a freshwater fisherman, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $10, huh, Mike? My goodness, man. Damn. They used to be like $3.50 back in the days before I left the streets. But yeah, they really shit. And I get a whole rack of them and go over here and just fucking this all day catching them, man. But yeah, that was the good days right there. Those were the good old days. My buddy had a bass boat. It wasn't like a real expensive one or nothing, but it was good enough to go out there. And we launched that thing once a month. And the other couple weeks during the weekend, we fucking fished from the bank. But yeah, it was cool. Yep. But other than that, baby, what else we got?
Well, we got everyone in the chat chanting free scoops, so that's good stuff there.
Yeah, that's right, man. Free me, man. Let me go home. And you guys, can you imagine? I come home, man. I'll really get on this thing and light some shit up. You know, I'll really light some shit up on this internet. I'll let the world know. You know, and not only that, I think, like I was telling my wife a while back, I want to start something where I can give, like, my advice to somebody going through the system, or I'm not the system, but going through the legal part, the criminal proceedings, the legal proceedings part. You know, a lot of people don't know until you're going through it, and that's the bad thing. Mm-hmm. Like, you're learning it as you're going through it. And as you're going through it, you're looking at a massive sentence or a couple of years, you know. And then, you know, so I was thinking about that too, you know, getting home and doing something like that. But I don't know. I don't count my chickens for the hatch. I just have a couple ideas. That's all. Like, you know, I'm not going to do I'll never do the boogeyman stories or, you know, do political talks about our life or nothing. That said, I'll definitely...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Try to help somebody that needs help going through the criminal part of it. Let me call back.
Well, yeah, his dream is to go fishing with my grandson, who loves fishing. I like fishing. I like crabbing. That's like an ocean thing. Not much sport to it. I just like to eat crab. Oh, see now. Old Globaline is giving us a hard time. It's not a regular day if she's not harassing us at some point or another. Hello.
An incarcerated individual at the California State Prison for Jose, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using global link.
All right, you're back.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, we got a
I'm
few more
back.
comments in the chat.
All right.
Let me run
Yes,
through
sir.
them real fast, and you can answer them all. Okay.
All right.
Outlaw News wants to know if you've seen Piranhas, the movie. And he says
Yes,
free scoops.
I did see that one. I've seen that one, bro. I liked it.
Mike D says he hopes
Okay.
that you get to go fishing with your family soon. And,
Right on, Mike. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I told him that I like crabbing because you don't really have to do anything but pull up crab, and he said it's the game, the play. Yeah. No, I've only been pure fishing and deep sea fishing, and yeah, I don't like being out in the ocean either, but pure fishing's fun. Okay, and then
Yeah.
Outlaw says your legal knowledge and political consciousness is what makes you a threat to CDCR and the government.
That's right, brother. Outlaw, you're right. I'm the biggest thorn in their fucking saddle. I'm the biggest thorn in their saddle, bud, because I won't break to their agenda. They don't like that. That's one. Number two, I know their agenda very well. They don't like that. That's number two. And number three is I know all the politics involved. And across the board, that's a big motherfucking enemy of what they're doing. And I was talking to my buddy today, man, and we assumed that we can pretty much gather that you're either already doing it, have done it, or continue to do it. When I'm going to say continue to do it, they're going to go around slandering the motherfucker. They're going to go around saying, oh, man, the activists don't talk. Yeah, we do. You just don't listen. We do. And we have in the newspapers in the past. And we speak out when it's time. And we speak out on we speak out on certain topics. And we will not speak out on those boogeyman stories and all that other shit about prison life. We're not doing that. And so, that's what they want us to do, though. That's what they want people to do, and they want people to go around spreading their story,
right,
their lies and their deceit. That's what they want, and that ain't happening here.
Nope.
That ain't happening on this channel. I won't even talk it. I'm not even gonna do nothing like that ever. And my friends won't. My friends won't do that shit at all. And they have it, that guy, Caleb, what was that shit? What was his video, girl? What was the name of it? 187 what?
Oh, yeah, 187 News.
187 News. Yeah, he did a...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
He did a really good trip involving all of us. He took our own little spill and opinions and shit and put it out there, man. It came together really well. And I liked how that guy did that, man. And but I've seen the power of social media when we did the hunger strikes. And I've seen the power of using not using, but going to the court. Because the 602 system and the CDCR is a joke. But I do want to say some good news. I got to tell y'all. I got 120 pillows for the whole building. And we got them Friday.
Yeah.
So we got 120 pillows for everybody in the building, even these fucking whack weenie J-Cats. They all got one. So you see how I help? And it's like we all got them on Friday. I want to share that piece of good news with you guys. But yeah, man, I'm definitely an enemy of CDCRs, man. Anybody fucking pushing their agenda or crying about it, man, well, fuck them, That's all I got to say. Fuck them.
There's some good comments in here. There's some real good comments.
All right, let's hear it, baby girl.
Mike D said they're terrified of an intelligent revolutionary.
That's right, brother. That's right.
And he
They
also
sure are, man.
said they exposed their hand when you gentlemen created the end of hostilities and they retaliated. If they wanted reform, they would have
Right.
celebrated, not to destroy it. Not try to
They
destroy
would
it.
have celebrated. They would have celebrated and not retaliated. That's what I heard right there. They would have celebrated and not retaliated. But it was the other way around. They retaliated and not celebrated. Exactly. And that was a big thing in the prison life. That was a big thing in prison life. I mean, you know, we all been through some type of warfare, right? Not all, but a lot of us, especially you got 30 years in. And we know, like a lot of the, you know, people that went to the Pelican Bay SHU in 88, 89 when it opened, and they were validated in 1986, which is when they came out with the gang validation. 1986, indeterminate term, SHU term. And a lot of people been in war, you know, and it's nothing nice. It's nothing pleasant, man. And when we go to war, what is your benefit? What is beneficial to it? Nothing. It's you know, nothing. It's like not beneficial at all to nobody. And if we can come across racial divides and lines and unite the fight against the enemy, the real enemy that's keeping us all conquered and divided, the real enemy is the one that's taking your privileges. The real enemy is the one that's lying about a report in your file, that's got a document in your file that's stopping you from paroling, and it's a lying document based on a prison snitch. Who lied about you. And that's keeping you from going home with your family. So, that's the real enemy. It's not me or this black dude or this Mexican dude fighting what I'm fighting. It's not us. You know, and I remember when I was in the SHU, and I knew a couple black guys. You know, I know a bunch of them, but these guys have been in the SHU for a long time, 1982. Wow. 1982, both of them went to the SHU. And they got B number and a C number. Old school guys. Old school. They go, young Scoops, man, you know that you are more our friends than a lot of these black dudes in the system. You are our friend, or the Mexican guy told me the same thing. The white guys tell me, or my friends, you know, my co-defendants or whoever else tell me the same thing. Because we're going through the same struggles, the same way in life, in prison life. So, and I'm like, you know what, this dude's right, man. You know, all these guys are right. We're all going through this fucking struggle in a box. You know, I spent 14 years in the short corridor. In Pelican Bay SHU, 14 years in the short corridor with you know, with everybody that I was up there with in the SHU, you know. And everybody, we all got problems with our family. We all got drama with the family, some family drama, but we just got to hear it through the mail once every 14 days if we're lucky to get a letter. You know, we all experienced the fucked up food, the watery beans. If you ever been to Pelican Bay, you know that the scrambled eggs is a half cup of water and 2 spoonfuls of eggs and a half cup of beans, a half cup of water with the beans, and about 10 little beans. If a guy said he'd been to Pelican Bay and he don't know those 2 facts, he probably ain't been there. Because I've done over 100 602 people on that fact. I swear to God, man. And I can write that 602 right now, today, and lay it out and turn it in here. That place was meant to break your soul. And what they're doing now is the same thing.
It's even worse.
What they're doing, it's even worse because at least up there, we didn't have these scumbag J-cats kicking the doors. throwing poop on us. Hey, you know, I never knew, baby girl, what a gassy was. I never knew. What are you talking about? They throw poop and pee. And then I
that
got
wasn't
in
happening.
2016.
That wasn't happening over there
Right.
at Pelican Bay with, like, you know, no.
They know it wasn't happening in the prison system ever.
Oh.
And when I got out of the shoe in 2016, everybody's like, you don't know what that is? No. And they go, man, people throw poop and pee on you. S&Ys do. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they go, yeah, they'll put poop and pee in the toilet, mix it up, and get a milk carton and throw it on you. Holy shit. I couldn't believe it. But, so, you know, at least up there we didn't have to deal with that shit, you know? We had our own struggles. We had real struggles. Example, my buddy that had cancer, rest in peace, my buddy. He knows who he is up there and wherever he's at, but he knows he'll always have my love and respect. Was going through cancer chemo treatments. And the Pelican Bay doctor, CME, Dr. Michael Serra, stopped his treatment in half in the fucking midway of his treatments. Because you know what he said? Oh, he's going to go from 18 months of life to 14 months of life? Why even give him the treatment? And he discontinued the treatment. And my friend died about 2 months later, 3 months later.
Wow.
So that's the type of shit, that's the type of struggles I'm talking about, folks. That's the type of shit I've seen. I'm not going to talk about these boogeyman stories. I'm going to talk about real shit because that means something to me. And sitting here in this prison seeing that little black guy get beat up out here in handcuffs, that's the type of shit that I hate. And what they did to my friend Ronnie, that's the type of shit that I hate.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They were in cuffs. In cuffs. Totally defenseless.
Wrong.
Totally.
So wrong.
So that's the real enemy, folks. That's the real enemy. Not me. Not me. Not my buddy. Not this buddy. Not that buddy. You know? And you know, I can go on and on, but I won't. And I'll save it for another video later. Just know you guys are always going to get the truth from us here, man. And you're not going to get some concocted fucking fantasy stories.
You still there?
Hey, is it Russian? Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
That's right.
I'm trying to get my worker lunch. But anyway, you guys will, like, Pelican Bay was a different beast. But at least they didn't have the J-Cats up there keeping us up for a week straight. I mean, they had a guy, you know, a couple guys who would do that, right? Gassings. And I didn't know what that was. You know, a lot of us didn't unless you lived in that section or you lived in that part of the shoe to see that and experience that firsthand. You know? Like, you know, what's his name, girl? I won't say his name, but he was doing that up there for years. Come to find out, in 2016, when I came out of the shoe, the fellas had to tell me what that meant, gassy, you know? And that's their fucking new warfare now. That's the S&Y's new warfare, well, for the past 10 years, 15 years. But, yeah, you know, I mean, the part of the shoe I was in, that shit never happened. Maybe in another part of it, on the other side of the shoe, maybe. You know, and I'm told it did. But
You have 60 seconds remaining.
you're talking like maybe one or two dudes, maybe three out of what, 3,500 that were doing it. You know, I don't know. Let me call back.
Sorry, folks, I can't get the chat to him, but there's some cool stuff being said in here. He'll be back. Hi, Tim. Glad you could make it. You know, I read a book by uh, Ted Conover. He went undercover as a cop, and he was at Sing Sing, and he talked about this dude they nicknamed Mr. Slurpee in there, which I thought was kind of disgusting.
I'm back, baby
Okay, you're
girl.
back.
So, any comments or any questions before we call this one a wrap
Yeah,
for
there's a
tonight?
couple. There's a couple. Tim checked in. Tim
Who?
K. Tim K.
Jim K, what's up, homeboy? I feel mine, bro. Hope you're well, buddy.
Yeah,
Well,
and Mike D says they should have never been allowed to bury men in a concrete bathroom for all that time.
yep,
No doubt.
exactly.
An
Hey,
outlaw.
Mike, do you know the fucked up part about it? Oh, go ahead. One more time. Go ahead, babe.
Outlaw said you can be the throne, but I'm the splinter between the nail.
You know, outlaw. That's right, old boy. Mike D, you know the thing with that is up there is like, you know, a lot of us wanted out of there because we got the grass is greener on the other side, right? And, you know, I go back in my mind, hindsight's 2020. It sucked, right? Being isolated within isolation. We are literally isolated within isolation in the solitary confinement. And the good thing about that place was the camaraderie it built. The camaraderie between men and humans. Like I said, we're all going through the same thing, you know. And it's only human to, you know, to try to help each other. Well, we did. And I'm sure everybody had their own little beefs or whatever going on. But that's what I miss about the place is the camaraderie, the quality of man up there was like something that the prison system no longer knows. You know, the quality of convict up there.
Well, they tried to get rid of you.
Was like
they desperately
try to get rid of us. Right. And, you know, when I came in the system, I came in on the ass end of the B numbers and C numbers and D numbers, the old school fellas. And I learned from the guys I was around of what to do, what not to do, what lines not to cross. And nowadays, these people, that doesn't exist no more. That time in the era in prison doesn't exist no more. Because you got this more popular, like dudes told me I want to do what's popular. No, you do what's right. And sometimes what's right ain't popular.
Right.
You just do what's right, and you'll find your way through. If you find yourself doing what's popular, you're wrong. You're wrong. Do what's right. And, you know, but Pelican Bay didn't breed, but it did have a better camaraderie amongst men, and it had more quality of convict was more upstanding and more like, you know, you always thought about what your buddy's going through. You know, you always thought about, well, fuck, if I was, you know, my daughter.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
If my family died, like my daughter or my, you know, whoever, you know, if that was my daughter and she died, I'd want them to notify me. You know, somebody should notify you. You know, and you know, you can always put yourself in their shoes, empathize with what that guy's going on, regardless of his race or what he represents or whatever. So I don't know. In the shoe, the way it's set up is clean as fuck. Very clean, fresh air. Every day was like Groundhog Day, the same thing. And when you're doing time, and you've done a lot of time, you know that's beneficial because time flies by and it goes so fast as long as everything seems the same every day. And you can always count on the program being at least 90% of the same every day. And that's what I liked about that. compared to out here. I just, like, fuck, man. It was just a way different world, man. But anyway, baby girl, any last comments before we go for the night and let the folks go and enjoy their weekend? Let me know about them calling in.
Mike D said they're trying to erase that type of man. They're doing it out here too. They're doing it everywhere, Mike. They don't want that type of man to exist at all.
Right. Okay, you're right. I agree 100%, Mike. So, well, you want to ready to wrap it up, baby girl?
Yeah, we're good. Thanks everybody for coming.
Give them a call because I can't see, so let them say out their names for me.
We got Mike D, Tim K, Sonny, Ken, Outlaw, T Wood, Speedy, Allison.
Right on. Speedy, Allison, everybody. Okay. Look, everybody my wife just said I can't see, but my wife is. She can see you guys. Look, I send my love to everybody, my respects. And thank you for hanging out with us, man. And your questions and comments, keep them coming. I'll always do my best to put the truth out there to you guys. And I thank y'all for your time, man. And it's a pleasure, everybody. Have a good weekend, man. Have a good weekend and safe weekend. And until the next one, baby girl, let's wrap her up, man. And I send my love to the worthy. And the worthy, you know who you are, man. Take care, everybody. Stay solid always.
Make us famous. Share our shit.